A very good morning to you and welcome to another wonderful moment of Core Digest this day of July the 29th. I am Oyinpreye Krumale. Of course, some of the stories had hit hard on the airwave last week where we have the Mr. President sending the list of ministerial nominees to the Senate and the immediate screening, well, I say confirmation or screening or interview of the nominees that were sent to the Senate, 43 in all of them. And we also have the Islamic movement of Nigeria being proscribed and their clash with the Nigerian police force, which led to the death of some persons, the maiming of some persons, and the destruction of properties in the country. Well, today we shall be considering the IMN proscription by the court in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Will also consider and look at some of the ministerial nominees that has taken place within the time frame which Mr. President sent the list to the National Assembly. First, before we go into that, we take the news review. Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo has paid a courtesy visit to the channel's television reporter, NYSC core member who was killed during a clash between the Nigerian police force and the Islamic movement in Nigeria, Mr. Owolabi Precious. It's exactly 7 days since Precious Owolabi was killed during a clash by members of the Shiite sect and the police. The Vice President, who arrives Zaria with the entourage to condole the family, assures of government commitment to ensuring the safety of core members across the country. Also speaking to newsmen during the courtesy visit, after the visit, the Director General of the NYSC also said that core members will be given attention and protection around the country. A week ago in Kwara State, we were told where 4 Turkish citizens walking on a quarry site were kidnapped by kidnappers to an unknown destination. And of course, Mr. Kayode Egbetokun, the Commissioner of Police in Kwara State, embarked on an investigation and the rescue mission of the 4 Turkish International, which was last week been handed over to the Nigerian police force. According to Mr. Kayode Egbetokun, that no ransom was paid, even though the kidnappers demanded 100 million naira for exchange of the Turkish nationals. But they were being returned back to the government, and Mr. Kayode Egbetokun said it has been handed over to the company. The Kwara State Governor Abdulrazak Abdulrahman, through his spokesman Rafiu Jakaye, said the expatriate have been handed over to the Turkish embassy officials hours after they were released unconditionally. The statement said that the government might consider toughening the state kidnapping laws, among other measures, to protect lives and property and investors' confidence kept intact in the state. The government urged the people of Kwara State to report any suspicious movement and the presence of strange people to the police posts in and around the area. The senior advocate of Nigeria, Mr. Mike Ozekome, has condemned the federal government proscription of the Islamic movement in Nigeria, putting forward that it's a violation of the constitution on the grounds that it is a religious body, that the body cannot be banned as a terrorist group. He added that the proscription was discriminatory under an administration which he said had refused to take such steps against the killer herdsmen that had been holding the country in the jugular a long time, contending that the proscription was a violation of the rights of the members of the group guaranteed under Section 38, 40, and 41 of the Constitution. As a result of the killings and the mayhems and the criminal activities that has been taking place in the country, Christians all around the country and most especially in Abuja have gathered together for a concert, a praise worship concert, through which they have been making prayers for the peace and peaceful coexistence of Nigeria in the country, and also prayed that God will strengthen the leaders of the country with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to be able to nip in the bud the issue of terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, and killing. And that's a wrap on news to review this morning. We will go on a break, and when we return, Core Digest continues. Stay tuned.